Welcome back to Streamline Investigations. It's Marvin speaking. We're just going to get straight into a video by Sarah's Weird World. And thank you for supporting the channel. And she's on about p-diddy. Why does he seem so confident? And this was one of the last videos I actually talked about. I haven't talked about him for a little while. I do think he knows a lot of powerful people. I do think sometimes money talks. And I do think that he'll get done for some of the things he's done, but I don't think he's going to do a lot of time that people were expecting that he was going to get done for, because I think a lot of the people, like his ex-wife or an ex-girlfriends, they'd gone back to him, and he's proven that they've gone back to him because he's got a lot of money, he's got a lot of power, and being a powerful person, and very, very sly in the way he goes about what he does, which is bad things like recordings of parties and stuff like that. So he's got something to say, hey, look, they came to party, you can see their videos there's nothing you can do about it. And he's smart in that way because he knows how to cover himself. And I do think he's guilty on a lot of fronts, but I do think a lot of the people who were involved with him, tried to get money out of him, fell out with him, but also went back to him as well for some reason or another, which I find is really strange. And it's power. That's what it boils down to.
That courtroom today, full of smiles, full of love. As soon as he entered the courtroom, he literally hugged every single member of his defence team. He is so relaxed, it's crazy. There was a few occasions where he was writing down little notes and passing them along to his lawyers and smiling, but in the same breath, he has taken everything in that courtroom in. He is watching every single person in that room. You can feel his presence. When witnesses were getting on the stand, he was watching the press, watching the jury. He is studying that room just as much as everyone in that room is studying him. Majority of today has been government witnesses going over text messages, photographs, there's been a few videos and voice notes. Outside of the court was on high alert because everyone thought Kanye was going to rock up again today. He didn't, but I think he will at some point. The prosecution are set to rest their case on Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Brendan Paul. He is testifying for the prosecution, for the government against Diddy. No doubt this guy's going to be granted immunity because he is an alleged dealer who sold D-Rugs to Diddy on multiple occasions. The government are done. They're ready to wrap this up. You can feel it in the courtroom. The defence still has a couple more witnesses. They're going to be taking the stand on Friday. We are now right at the finish line. I've said it before, I'll say it again. For me, I feel like the government only care about these RICO charges. Nothing else. I stand by it. Juror 6 was struck off today. He will no longer be returning to the courtroom. Now, as court finished today and everyone left, the judge then sealed off the room and is now questioning another juror. There is potential that another jury member could be struck off. I will be potentially live streaming outside.
That was Sarah's Weird World, so should be basically there or thereabouts, should I say. Amy Louise says, I have a horrible feeling he's going to get away with it. He killed Pac. Summer says, F him. Free Diddy. What, says Summer says. Boo says, how do you know this? Can you help me how to claim? Not so sure about that. How does Diddy not have to take the stand? He still thinks he's untouchable. But he is. Money talks, people. This is interesting. Dawn says, if I believe anything you were saying, it's for the most part because of much I've listened to so carefully. I don't hear anything as sad as unfortunate or absolutely horrific. His treatment of a lot of the women in his life, it seems as though they have 100% agreed to go along with not only their relationship, but the good and the bad and the arrangement in the relationship, the contracts they have agreed to, everything in order to live the lifestyle that they wanted. And so far, I don't see anything that explains they have been trafficked. In ways they have, but I think they've been mentally manipulated to think that they haven't, and they've gone back to him or agreed with him. This is where the problems were going to come into getting a prosecution for Diddy. We know he's done some bad stuff, but I think at least 3/4 of the stuff that they've got him on will be kicked out. Maybe he'll get done for, like I said, maybe the underage parties were having teenagers there and stuff which were underage. That is a big problem. He could done for that, but I can't see him doing a lot of time. I do think he's smart in that the way he covered himself by videoing those at the party to say they were here, they were having a good time, they were okay in taking rugs and stuff like that. I think he's covered himself, and I think he's smart in that way. I do think he's sly. I don't like him myself, but a lot of people do and support him. But like I said, sadly, I do think that I don't think he's going to do a lot of Bird. I do think he'll get done for the underage stuff, but I do think that a lot of the stuff, like I said, the way he treated his exes and people, he'll get away with that. I really, really do. It's sad, but money talks, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Investigations and let me know what you think. Thank you.